All right, guys, welcome back to REGeeks. I got my incredibly handsome man with his incredibly good-looking hat. We're going to be talking about all things tech today. So, Mr. Michael Fielden, how are you?
I'm good, Greg. You going to avoid the big elephant in the room? So thank you to all of you that have joined us for the second live of the day. And Greg doesn't even have the right logo in the corner. We've got our live prospecting logo from Greg's other show. But welcome, everyone. I'm looking forward to a super exciting day. Greg is going to talk to us about JSON queries for websites. And he's going to tell us how to integrate that using Claude and AI. So real exciting technical conversation today. Just kidding.
Nah.
It was set. Greg, do you know what JSON is?
I actually don't, tell you the truth.
That's okay. I would bet that most of our audience doesn't either, but I figured that would be a teaser for you to get you started. Greg, I got a call from one of my Support Geeks clients this past week, and I think they might actually watch this show after I send it to them 3 or 4 times.
I feel very, very, very sorry for them.
Very sorry for them. No, I think they're going to love it. And she asked me, she said, why isn't there any AI for mortgage brokers, especially small mortgage brokers? And how do I become the AI queen for people in the mortgage business? And I said, well, great. Watch our show. We'll make something, specific for you. And here it is. Today, we are going to talk about AI in the mortgage business and how you can take advantage of AI for a small amount of money. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
There is way more. Everything that we are talking about today also applies to real estate. Okay, so if you're like, hey, this is a real estate show, you guys are the real estate geeks, everything that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to position it for mortgage, and I want you to realize that all of this also applies for real estate. Now, a little bit of background. My mom was a mortgage broker for 20 years. Small town. I spent a lot of time with her and highlighted their business. I've worked with her. I understand the industry. And that's kind of where we built the foundation for what we're going to talk about today. So, wow, that's a lot of letters. Syed, thank you. We're glad. Yeah. Much better is good. If I slashed your name, I apologize. My wife's actually a kindergarten teacher, and she would get it perfectly all the way through. So, Greg, are you ready to talk about mortgage?
I'm 100% excited about this. So let's get deep into this.
All right, we're going to dive into this, and I like working from a PowerPoint because it gives me something that we can share back with you later, and it also keeps us on track. As you all know, Greg and I are trying very, very hard to keep this less than 40 minutes, but we both like to talk, and it rarely happens. So we're going to talk about leveraging AI in your mortgage business. Change the words here: leveraging AI in your real estate business, and everything we are going to talk about today applies equally well. Okay, so Greg, let's get this started. This is about you and me. Okay. This is REGeeks.com. We're going to make sure that you guys do not break the bank. However, know that not everything that's out there today is free. And Greg and I try to save money everywhere we can, but there are places where you're going to have to spend money. And I am not a proponent of spending money unwisely, but I am going to tell you that the $20 a month that you spend on ChatGPT is worth every penny in spades. And Greg, I think you're a subscriber as well, right?
I am. Actually, I am because of you, but yes.
Okay, perfect. So last week, Greg, we also talked about the fact that Meta was offering $100 million to any $100 million.
Yeah, how many zeros is that?
I think we found out that was 8 zeros. And guys, that was just for a signing bonus. Join Meta. Only one requirement, two probably. You have to be good at what you do, and you have to work for OpenAI. Now, Greg, you don't know this because it just popped up in the news. Sam Altman, who is the head of OpenAI, has come back and he's given the big finger, just the one
in the middle of the hand,
the middle one, to Meta and said, you are building a culture that is untenable for the AI age. And I think what he's really saying is, look, you guys may have the money and that's great, but you can't buy your way to success. $100 million, I could get pretty far, but
that's an interesting conversation. And to the point of not having the money, yes, they have the money, but they don't have the power in regards to cultural, excess. You can't sit there and be like, hey, pay me $1 quadrillion and then make money. It's like, no, that's not how it works. And the thing is, I mean, I'm 46 years old. You're around my same age, and the people who are going to watch and kind of get along with this video, they don't have that money. So what do? You go out and create content. You go out, create videos. You be you. You have fun. You entertain the people that are going to be entertained around you. But it's hard to understand that concept because everyone's like, oh my gosh, you have to like pay all this money. No, you don't.
Yeah.
No. Leverage is power. Power is leverage. It's a very interesting conversation.
And this business, this industry is all about leverage. What other industry can you buy something with somebody else's money and make millions of dollars?
It's very hard to do that.
Very hard.
If you can figure out how to do it, phenomenal. You knock your kitten socks off. I mean, that is great. But I want to hear your thoughts on this.
All right. So let's talk about how we could do it in AI. All right. And I'm going to go back to sharing the screen here. Whoops.
So here's the one thing before you get into AI. There's a lot of people talking about the fact that, like, someone like myself who's coughing from drinking water without lemon juice, which is really hard to do. AI is something that is very complex in regards to just like what you can do with it. So I want you to go through your thought pattern, but I would love to hear another side set of like, okay, I'm a dum-dum when it comes to AI. How do I grow? How do I build? How do I create anything off that? Okay. But I'll ask that question. I'll let you go.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So let's talk about the real problem that brokers have today. And again, substitute real estate brokers in where it's appropriate. There's a lot of time constraints in this business. You're juggling multiple tasks. You've got to do everything. And most brokers and real estate agents are individuals. So they've got time spent in other places. Yesterday was my daughter's 21st birthday. And
by the way, she's beautiful. And I'm so glad you guys had fun. By the way,
we had a lot of fun. 21st birthday, and she has already said she's never going to drink again. So we'll see what happens on Friday. But I realized as we went through that this is part of the time constraints. You've got to balance out what you're doing. So as a broker or an agent, you're doing all of these things. Make sure that you budget in your time. And we had a dinner planned. I put it in my calendar. You shouldn't be interrupted. I think we've all gotten used to, hey, I've got my phone. Ooh, cool. I can answer this 24/7. You know what? You shouldn't. Okay. And that's part of,
why shouldn't you?
because you need to control and manage your time.
Okay.
And I think, Greg, you and I know this very well because we're givers. And when somebody calls, you want to answer, you want to be there to help, you want to be there to give back.
True.
But the reality of it is, if you don't focus on yourself as much as you are focusing on others, you're not going to live the life that you want to live.
You know what, Michael? I want to bring something up here very quickly based upon your comment right there. I agree with you 100%. When I first got in the business, you and I have known each other for almost 25 plus years. And I've always made the jokes when you and I created our last training program through our last organization that I said, you know what? If I don't pick up, my phone is either dead or I am asleep, and I will pick up the phone as soon as it gets powered back up. And that is a big problem.
It's a huge problem.
Because you have to have a level of just like, don't mess with me. Let me just enjoy life for a little bit. Like, let me go sit in the pool. Let me go for a walk with the dogs. You know, just give me a break. But a lot of folks in our industry, they just don't understand that, unfortunately.
And Greg, I think the important thing to remember, and I'm a little older than you.
Oh, yeah. I am a little.
Okay, I'm a lot older. I am the last generation before that had life before cell phones.
You remember text messages and having to go to a payphone?
Yeah, do you remember having a pager?
Dude, I had a white pager. It was my favorite thing. I got it, and it was clear. And and the reason I got it is because I was working 2 jobs, and I had almost a 4.0, GPA. But yes, that was my prize possession.
Yep. 100%.
Unbelievable.
Those were a different time. All right. So going back, we talked about time constraints. You have limited support staff. Most agents aren't hiring people. Some are hiring VAs, and the same holds true for the mortgage business. They're hiring VAs. Maybe they have a part-time person, but this goes back to the time constraints. When you have that VA or you have the part-time person, it also takes away from your time. You've got to manage your time. You've got to have focus, and you have to teach that person, but you have to do it in a way that still creates opportunity and engagement for them so that they don't want to leave you the minute you educate them. Okay, you have a bunch of manual repetitive tasks. There's things that you have to do in the mortgage and the real estate business, both data collection and storage and all of these things that you have to do over and over and over. The follow-up, the social media, all of those tie into, you've got limited staff, you have time constraints, and now you've got all these little things that you didn't want to do. And then there is also this fear of cost and complexity. Okay, many brokers and many real estate agents hesitate to adopt these new tools because it takes away from their time. They don't have staff to help them with it or the ability to train the staff that they do have. And they're so busy doing what they're doing that they don't want to dive into something new. They also don't want to start paying for something that they're not going to use. And so when we look at this, all of those things tied together, these are real problems. Fortunately, these challenges are easy to solve. So if we look at kind of what this episode is, we're going to introduce some AI tools to you today that you can implement now, this week. And Greg and I are real big about action. I want you to be action oriented. Okay. We're going to help you today. We're going to focus on budget friendly options under $100 a month. We're going to provide you practical, applicable advice, and we're going to highlight the tools, real tools. I'm going to give you examples that you can put to work. This is not an episode about theoretical discussion. This is not recommending enterprise level software that you have to jump in today. We are going to avoid overwhelming technical jargon. Okay. We're focusing this on people that are workers, that are people that are going through this. We are not going to aim this at large scale corporate solutions. I want to bring you tools and technology that you can put to work today. So, Greg, let's get this rolling. Let's start first with the CRM. And I want to have a discussion here about CRMs. Greg, do you have a CRM?
Yes, I do. I have 2 of them.
Okay, great. So I'm going to tell you right now that the CRM, I think, regardless of what business you are in, is the number one tool that you should have in your package of tools. Your tech stack has to have a CRM tool. Okay. Now, in real estate, a lot of us get it from the brokerage, right? The brokers have realized that if they build these tools, they're going to help us. Greg, where do you get yours? What are you using?
I'm 100%. I use Top Producer. That's one of our top ones that we use.
Great tool.
Consistently. And I'll tell you, every single CRM that I've used has its ups and it has its downs. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. You have to find what works best for you. Yeah. And I mean, for you, Michael, if you could pick one CRM right now, what would you pick for the future generation of real estate agents?
Wow. I think that's a tough one. For real estate agents, I would probably look very closely at Follow Up Boss, depending on how you are getting your leads into the system. I would also look very closely at salesandmarketing.ai. Side note here, I am affiliated with salesandmarketing.ai, but I am driven to help people.
Last one again, please.
Follow Up Boss?
No. The something AI.
Salesandmarketing.ai. Got that up on the screen here as the first one. Okay, now good news. My affiliation means if you send an email to michael@regeeks.com, I'm going to get you into your CRM for free. And if you are a mortgage broker where you're not getting a CRM application from anyone else that you have the option of using, this is an amazing tool and you cannot beat free. Okay, free is good. Okay, there's also Go High Level. That's another really good.
That actually is a really good one.
Good CRM application. And I'm just going to tell you that the value of these tools increases as you allow automation. So one of the things I like about Follow Up Boss and that we're presently integrating tools like this into salesandmarketing.ai is we're going to have the ability for it to absorb your leads. You get a lead from Zillow, it gets put in there and it's automatically nurtured to bring you new business. Okay, automation also allows you to do things like email automation. Okay, you can do text conversations. Email automation can be $25 a month. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Text conversations are the cost of your text messaging. If you're using salesandmarketing.ai, you can actually attach a text conversation to the record of your contact in your database. So that gives you a way to store data. And Greg, I always think it's cool because let me tell you how that works when you remember a conversation you had with somebody a year ago about something and they text you up and you've got that whole thread. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. And then we're also going to talk about automating social media, another thing that you need to do. But let's CRM and email automation is the place you're going to start. Next thing you want to do is document summarization. Okay, I'm going to encourage you ChatGPT. Okay, $20 a month. It's the best $20 you're going to spend, and do not hesitate. You can take your loan agreements, your compliance documents, you can upload those into ChatGPT, and you can ask it to summarize them, explain any complex terms to clients. there was something that came out yesterday, and it came from the DRE, and it was this long, complex email about trusts and paying people out of escrow and skirting the rules of who can be paid. I didn't get it. It was 3 pages. I didn't want to read it. I copied the whole thing. I pasted it in GPT, and I said, give me a 3-line summary of what this says. Boom. About 2 minutes later, I had a complete summary and was good to go. Okay, a great way to do things. I do this all the time with inspections and HOA minutes. Okay, we've all gotten that stack of minutes, or you get a disc on file that you paid $500 for, and this applies. You can upload that file to ChatGPT and say, give me the red flags. Okay, if you are not doing this for your big documents now, you're crazy, because nobody reads it. And if you're going to skip it, put it into chat first. Know what you're skipping. Okay.
Interesting. You know, the funny thing is that there's so many different options out there for people to go to. How do you choose the right one?
Well, I think that's a good question. Trial and error. So right now I am looking at different tools for email automation. Excuse me. And I think that the way that I do it is I go and look at them. I compare features. I compare price. I generally ignore the top and the bottom price, and I look kind of in the middle. And I ask chat about those tools. You know, how would you compare X to X, X to Y? You know, and go through that. So it is a challenge. I am going to give you some examples here as we talk through this.
Please do.
Yeah, because I know that everybody loves examples. Okay, scheduling automation. All right, and just so we're aware, I did give you some CRM examples. Now we're going to talk about scheduling automation. TidyCal, great tool out there. This is free to $79. The free version is generally good enough, and I recommend that you check this out. It is a simple, user-friendly scheduling tool that syncs with your calendar. It offers multiple meeting types and sends automatic reminders to reduce no-shows. Think Calendly, but with a free version. Okay, it's actually competitive with Calendly. Calendly now has a free version. I would check this out as well. Motion, which is usemotion.ai, I think, is another powerful calendar and task tool. This is not Monday, the project manager, but it is Monday with a Mai Tai, right? It's calm down. It's easy to use. Yeah. And it's very, very dynamic. Okay. It is not a true project manager in the sense of you're not going to put your whole team in there. They say you can, but I would say that it's better for individual organization. $20 a month. Okay. Reclaim.ai, smart scheduling assistant that automates, finds time. This is just like TidyCal, just like Motion, just like Calendly. It's just another tool that helps you. And they have a free to $18 a month option. Okay, some great tools for scheduling automation. And we're talking about your individual agent, your mortgage broker. Maybe you don't have access to different tools that somebody else is paying for or that comes as part of your broker package. Build a tech stack that works for you. I am also very much a proponent of using broker tools, but I think there's a huge advantage as you're getting into this business for people that want to stand on their own. If you're thinking, well, I'm going to go with this broker and I may not want to be here forever, build your own tech stack. Don't go through the hassle of moving. You can go and you can move from one to the other like that. Okay. And if you're thinking about like going to EXP, send an email to Greg at REGeeks.com and he can help you get engaged with EXP and the tools that they have. Okay. And that's a life decision.
Yes.
It is a life decision. And that's, for people that are just starting in this industry, as well as people that have been around, this is a great way to save time, energy, and frustration, is join a brokerage with people that can support you. All right. So on to the next one here. Website chatbots. Okay. This is huge, Greg, and especially in the mortgage business. People come to your website when it's convenient for them. All right. Which basically means that 3 a.m, 5 a.m, 11:15, people come to your website and they want to talk about mortgage. Okay. There are tools out there like Tidio and ManyChat that offer free plans that you can put on your website. It's a little plugin. They'll give you all the code you need, and it's going to pop up and say, hey, is there something I can help you with today?
Wait, run me back on that really quickly, because I'm always looking for how to use this technology, but you're telling me you can go there and you can give it like little prompts?
So no. So you're going to put in a little snippet of code for either Tidio or ManyChat. And when people go to your website, so they go to REGeeks.com, and it is going to pop up and it's going to say, hey, how can I help you? And it's going to use AI to carry on that first conversation. While it's doing that, if it's during normal business hours, it's also going to alert you to that so that you can break into the conversation.
What?
Okay. But it's about building a conversation, and the chatbot is designed to capture information. So it might start out that it's conversational. Hey, thanks for visiting REGeeks. Can I ask who I'm talking to today? You put in Greg McDaniel.
Go?
So the conversation can go just like that. Hey, this is REGeeks.com. May I ask who I'm talking to? You say you say Greg McDaniel. Greg, hey, can I get your email address just in case this breaks up, and so that I can send you a summary at the end? Now I've captured 2 pieces of information that can help you create a client. We can ask next for a phone number. We can get information. What are they really looking for? And then more than likely, the chatbot that's free isn't going to actually be able to help them. So it's going to feed that information into your system and say, now I have your name. Hey, Greg, I got your phone number as this. This is beyond what I can answer here. Can I have Michael Fielden call you here? Now, if you have it integrated correctly, it can integrate with the calendar. Can I have Michael Fielden call you at 10 a.m. or would 2 p.m. be better? Because he has open slots here. These are things that you can do with the tools. Some of these are more advanced features, but they're there, right? And while they have free versions, you might be better served by something that costs you $20 or $30 a month. Still less than that $100 price point.
This is fascinating.
And it's capturing a lead. It's about building your database, and this information should then feed into salesandmarketing.ai or Follow Up Boss or whatever tool you are using. Okay. This works while you sleep. And Greg, we're in the Bay Area. You are absolutely going to love this next part. Okay.
Oh, tell me more.
Let me put it back so we can see the surprise on your face.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here.
When you're in the Bay Area and we're dealing with multi-million-dollar homes, we get a lot of money that comes into our economy from other countries. Okay. You want to know what's amazing about a AI chatbot?
I'm going to learn more right now.
All of this conversation can be in whatever language your customer wants. So if you have somebody that's come in and Chinese is their preferred language, and the browser senses that it's Chinese, the conversation can be in Chinese or Spanish or Portuguese or whatever language their browser is set to will trigger what their preferred language is. And is it going to send you the answers in Portuguese? No. It's going to translate it out to English, and it's going to send it to you, and it's going to say, hey, by the way, I collected this information in Portuguese. Be prepared.
What?
Because that's people want to work with people that are capable of supporting their needs. Okay. Online chat is amazing. And what we've found over time, and I know that there's a lot of people that disagree with this, if chat has all the information, and these free versions aren't going to have all the information, but if it does, 80% of the consumers could care less whether it's AI or Greg McDaniel. 80%.
Bananas.
Okay, what's even more scary, Greg, is 50% of those people would prefer the chatbot. So,
wait, seriously?
Yeah. So that's why we push you towards AI. People, we are moving, and this is why I say over and over, Greg, and we've said this on almost every show. AI is not going to replace real estate agents. It's not going to replace mortgage brokers. But mortgage brokers and real estate agents who use AI and use these tools are absolutely going to replace the agents that don't. And you may think, oh, this doesn't apply to me. It's not going to impact me. I'm in a small market. It doesn't matter. It matters. And it may not matter to you today, but it's going to matter in 6 months or 12 months when that first person comes in and they're using AI effectively and they're able to do 4 times the business with half the effort and 90% fewer errors. Then it gets real.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yep.
I love to watch like old school movies, and one of the movies I'm watching right now, it has to do with a individual that's out in the middle of nowhere, and he's learning to live off the land.
Okay.
So my question to you is this: Is this actually sustainable? Or are we just kind of going through a morphosis of
Is AI sustainable or the guy that's living out on the land?
Both. Well,
So-
the guy living on land, he's gonna be fine. He has meat, he has water, he's
right.
fine.
He's self-sustaining. I get it. Is AI sustainable? Absolutely. And what we haven't really gotten to yet, I think, Greg, is this is about improving quality of life.
Describe improving quality of life.
We're going to give you more time to do what you want to do. And this goes back to scheduling your time and blocking it out. We're going to make it less frustrating to send email or to manage your email box.
Okay, let me ask you a question, because I'm so curious about this.
Yep.
And we're going to go total AI on this.
Sure.
So in Northern California, the Safeway, the place we go shop is called Safeway. And that's our supermarket. I cannot stand the idea. I'm sorry, I'm eating a grape because I'm a little hungry. And they have these parking spots that you go park in, and then they bring your stuff out. Now, is it sustainable that a individual brings out a carton of food in regards to you just going in there and walking around like a normal human being? Do you think or feel or see that everybody's going to go back out to the parking lot or go into the actual shopping market?
I think it's sustainable to have both. I mean, that's an example of a service, right? Some people like the service of stuff coming out. I am very much a work from home guy, and I don't like going into busy places. I do like the supermarket because I'm a grazer, but I feel like, there are certain people. When I had 2 kids under 5. My kids are a year and 10 days apart, so there was many years. I would have absolutely loved to have them bring groceries out. Target, what do I need to go into Target for?
Nothing.
Okay, but they will bring it out to the cart. And where it really applies, so I don't use that for everything, but I have this, we finally broke down about a year ago and bought a new washer and dryer, and the washer allows you to put the soap in the washer and the and the fabric softener in the washer, and then you just put your clothes in, and you're going to love this. It's got an AI mode. So it figures out how much weight is in there, how much water to use, how much detergent, how much fabric softener, and away we go. But I buy my detergent in a big old 2-gallon jug, right? The biggest jug I can find.
I have 5 of them right now.
Okay. So
I know
I can't stand carrying it to the car. So that's what I order on target.com. And then I swing over there and pick it up, or I have them deliver it. Okay. Because Safeway does delivery, and every once in a while they give me a free delivery. Yeah, that's sustainable. People are going to continue to do that because laziness usually wins. And it's that simple. All right, let's keep going here. Okay. AI tool number 5, social media creation. Okay. If you do not have a Canva account, go get a Canva account. This is $15 a month.
He gave me an access to his Canva account, which is very kind of him, and I've been using it, and it is amazing. So I'm going to segue from that, but I just want to say
problem. So if you are not using Canva now, it's $15 a month. I think they even have like a free trial. It's fascinating. And my breakaway for you here, where I separate this out, is you might go to Canva, but also check out Etsy. Because if you're not a design person and you don't want to use the Canva things, you can go to Etsy, buy somebody else's design for a couple bucks, put your information in it, and bam, you've got stuff that looks amazing.
It really does.
You can also use Copy AI to make persuasive copy. You can use ChatGPT. There are a ton of free tools out there. And did I mention that Canva does have AI built in? So you can just type it. I want to make.
Mentioned that.
Yeah, I want to make a mortgage brochure for my business. I want it to be one-sided, blah, 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 blah. It's going to spit something out for you. Is it going to be perfect? No. But is it going to be probably better than you can do real fast? Absolutely. So take a look at that. Again, less than $20 a month. And before you guys say it, okay, I get that we're talking $20 a month, $20 a month, $20 a month, and it adds up. Okay, it does, but this is the cost of doing business. And if you end up spending $250 and it saves you 10 hours a month, okay, which I think would be the bare minimum for me, okay, that means that your time is $25 an hour. You know, if you are looking at it today, and I don't know where you live, okay, $25 an hour is a salaried position of roughly $54,000 a year. Okay, most of us in this business, though, want to make more than that. So if you're a real estate agent aiming for $250,000, spend the $250,000 and get your money's worth in spades.
Yeah, and you get people that can actually do stuff that, like, when you're sleeping, they're working. It's a phenomenal investment. I mean, for me, using these different opportunities, it's been a game changer, 100%. And when I start doing it, everyone's like, "You're an idiot." I'm like, "Am I? Am I an idiot? No." And then I did it, and I got the product back, and I put it into work, and people were just like, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing." I'm like, "Yeah, told you." Like, stop the bullshit. Like, just get out of your own gosh dang way.
Yeah. All right. So we've talked about some of the tools. Now what I'm going to give you is a blueprint. How do you take advantage of this? And sometimes you just need a kick in the butt to get going. And what I'm going to give you now is a 3-day setup blueprint. Here's how to spend your time. I do not want you to sit down and do this 8 hours a day for 3 days. That is not what this is about. But I want you to set up your CRM. Pick one. I don't care what you pick. Okay. Pick salesandmarketing.ai. Pick whatever your broker gives you. Pick something that you've been using for 10 years. Make sure that it is set up and optimized. Make sure that all of your contacts are in there. Organize the leads, categorize the lead segments so you know who you're chasing. Are they a buyer? Are they a seller? Okay. If you're a mortgage broker, are they in the pre-qual phase? Are they pre-approved? Are they actively looking for property? All of those things. Get your contacts in there so that you can start using your CRM. If you don't know how to do this, if you want help, if you want somebody to do it for you, okay, I own a company called Support Geeks, supportgeeks.com. You can email me at michael@supportgeeks.com. We will help you do this reasonably, effectively, and correctly. Okay, day 2, make sure your email and calendar are dialed. Okay, if you do not have your email and your calendar and it's all synced to this and it all works the way you want it to now, stop. Don't live with the frustration of it doesn't work. Right? And I hear it from my mom all the time as a mortgage broker. She's like, my stuff just doesn't work. And I'm like, Mom, have you Googled it? Okay. Have you looked at YouTube? Have you checked with chat? Have you tried anything? No, it just doesn't work. And Greg got a good laugh. I got a new shirt, and you can't really see it, but it says, don't worry, I got this. And then it's a YouTube play button, and it says, I watched a YouTube video. And that's how I learned to do it. Okay. And that's how I learn a lot of stuff. That's how I learn new ideas. When it comes to your email and calendar, don't live with mediocrity. And Greg, we did it again. We passed that 40-minute mark. So we're going to speed this up. I know I'm a fast talker, but we're going to speed this up even more. Chatbot and social posts. Look at the chatbots that are out there. Look at the free ones. Play with it. See if you can put that into your website and make it something. Social posts, same thing. Get into Canva. Get a plan. You can go into ChatGPT that you're paying $20 for, and you can write, I am a mortgage broker in X area. I am a real estate agent in X area. Create me a 30-day marketing plan that is going to help me do what? Generate leads, explore my existing database. Whatever you want to do, create a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, what happens, Greg? You are
screwed.
Planning to fail. No plan is a plan to fail.
So
all right.
Let me walk you back really quickly. I know we're going to close down really fast, but I mean, what would be the easiest, comp or whatever the verbiage is, for, someone who doesn't know what the F they're doing, just to get some basic information. Let's say I'm going to
Greg,
dinner.
It doesn't matter what your example is. Go to ChatGPT. Type in what you want to learn.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, like, what's the prompt that you would give? I mean, like the basics of prompting.
I would go to ChatGPT and I would say, I am a mortgage broker. I am a real estate agent. I am a underwater BB stacker, whatever you are. And I am trying to learn to use AI. Give me a 7-day plan for how to learn AI, including links to YouTube videos and examples that are going to show me how to integrate this into my business. Make sure that these are practical, real world examples and stuff that I can use to improve both my knowledge and my business. Enter.
There it is. All right, okay. Boys and girls.
Now,
45 minutes of information.
Well, wait, we've got more.
We got more. We
got to finish this.
Okay.
Let's get through this real quick.
I love more.
Pitfalls to avoid, guys. Don't over automate. All right. You can't automate everything. Don't try at this point. Double check legal and compliance of AI use, especially in the mortgage business. Okay, and be transparent with your clients. Don't try to pretend your chatbot is you. Tell them I'm using AI because it enables me to help you better. Go to ChatGPT and say, I want to explain to my clients that I am using AI. Create me an email that I can send to make sure that they know I'm using AI, but that I am here helping them. Okay, so next one. Final takeaways. Save time, build leverage. AI automates repetitive tasks. It frees you up to schedule and focus on high-value clients. Okay, this is important. There are budget-friendly solutions. You do not have to spend a fortune, but sometimes the best answers aren't free. Try at least one new tool every single week to get the most out of AI.
Ooh, that's good. I like that one.
Okay. Couple of other calls to action for you. Visit REGeeks.com. I am going to be putting an AI tool guide up there. It is going to be focused on real estate agents, but mortgage brokers, you can use this. It's coming soon. I promise. It will be a link at the top of the page. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are going to be doing more videos like this, and we are here every single week. This week, we were here twice. Once for 30 seconds while we tried to get a part of this working, and now for this 45 minutes. So share the presentation with anybody that you feel might benefit from this, and feel free to leave us a comment on YouTube or regeeks.com. We love and appreciate your feedback, complaints, knowledge, anything you want to hear. I want to hear everything, because that's how we learn how to get the most out of your time to give back. So, Greg, final thoughts and a closeout from you?
Final thoughts from me would be this. Guys and gals, all you incredible human beings out there, here's the thing. Michael is going to spit truth. He's going to give you tech tips, everything else. Just take one and put it into action. I don't care what the heck it is. Just go out there. A stupid app on your phone that you can do, or check in with us on our YouTube page and everything else, and just learn a little bit. I mean, that's all it takes for you guys to make some money, have some fun, and not make it a horrible situation. It's up to you. I mean, if you want to be stressed out, okay, be stressed out. Knock her kitten socks off. Yep. But if you want to lay in bed at night and have some fun, watch a dumb YouTube or Netflix video or something like that, but know that you're going to make money the next day, listen to what we're talking about. Because if you don't, you have to do it yourself. And that's just me talking. So that's my thought pattern. I mean, shoot. I take Michael's opinions and I put it to work on a daily basis. So I hopefully you guys do the same. So that's my takeaway.
All right. Wrap this up, Greg. But this time, as I say goodbye, let's do the outro, because we want you all to see that we're kind of cool. Thanks, and see you next week.
Come on, dude. Do it. Do it.
Outro.
All right, outro it is. All right, guys, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, listening, hanging, and kicking it with us. You know what? We're going to keep bringing back some incredible content on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. And if you guys don't like it, that's okay. But you know what? If you like it, just say hi, because we're here to say we love you. All right, guys, until next show. See you later.